What's up, everybody? It's your boy MCD, aka Dante Marfre, founder and owner of DM Squared Planet Productions. And today, I'm going to react on a video which I find is very, very great. And it says about the dark truth about children movies and TV shows, how children TV shows brainwash kids. And I really agree with that topic because a lot of television shows actually um 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 brainwash kids onto thinking that what they show on television is awesome, you know, in which like um like Disney shows, for example. All right, Disney shows want to promote magic and over the top beauty and all that, and they want like young kids to to be influenced by that and try these things out. I mean, these things are not are really dangerous for the young minds. I mean, especially magic. Learning magic is like trying to connect with demons, and magic can put people in serious problems because the devil, when you practice too much magic, you're letting demons to enter in your house, and all that can lead to you actually being a true Satanist, right? And connecting with demons and thing can also lead to your death because if you don't abide to what the demons tell you, they will kill you or harm you or just put your life in like make your whole life miserable. And for the beauty aspect of it, I mean, why will you have your daughter be like wearing too much makeup on their face looking like grown women? All that will just make the kids like be too grown for their age. But who cares? I don't want to talk too much. Let's just watch the video, okay? It's the
The
truth.
truth is, we have
The
all
truth
watched a fair
is, yeah.
share of kids' movies and TV shows. Some of my fondest moments I remember having as a child was enjoying Disney movies and shows. Being designed for kids, you would think it wouldn't be possible for these shows to have a dark, deep secret. Something so sinister that if parents found out, they wouldn't be so open to letting their young ones consume these shows. From destroying the minds of young stars, to sex propaganda, and even occultism, children's television isn't as safe as you may think. Join me in this episode as we expose the dark secrets of children's TV shows and movies. Sex propaganda. I can remember how deeply I felt invested and connected to my favorite TV show characters. I loved watching the Power Rangers as a child. I would watch and replicate all the moves I saw. I would watch a character do things on TV, and I consumed it and stored it in my brain as the correct way something should be done. You could almost say that to a degree I was raised by TV. I remember being awfully young and watching children characters kissing on TV. Me not knowing that at such a young age I shouldn't be worried about girls, I felt like I was now missing something. It's crazy to think that a children's TV show made me aware of something that I shouldn't be learning at such a young age. Often while
Kim
watching
Possible,
children's
Phineas
TV
and
shows,
Ferb,
I felt like I was missing love and needed a companion. This wasn't done by mistake.
Ren and
The sick
Stimpy,
people who make
Nickelodeon,
these TV shows know the right
Dan
triggers
Schneider,
that will connect with
Nickelodeon.
curious young minds. Often making shows where the young primary character is lusting over a love interest. Depicting children as being aroused by
I mean, yeah, they do that all the time. I mean, they're having those young teen people believe as if having a relationship early, it's a good thing. I mean, there are people who have like kids as young as 12 years old want to have boyfriend already. And all you see, same way trying to say because all that people can make the child be too grown for the age. Why will you have a relationship at the age of 12 or 14? And these shows actually promote young love. I mean, I'm not saying it's not good to be friends with somebody, like a boy be friends with a girl or a girl be friends with a boy, but to be like in a relationship that will not last, it doesn't make any sense. And these shows promote that a lot.
each other as if they were adults. This could be troubling in many ways, as it can program sexual urges in child's minds. As parents trust these TV shows as safe content for their children, they often leave their children to watch these unattended, not knowing what's truly
This
being
is
shown
really
to the
good.
child. There are countless kids' movies and TV shows where they have children doing the most inappropriate things. In one particular scene from the 1994 Disney movie, Blank Check, they show an adult woman kissing a child boy on the lips. Not only
That's pedophilia, people. There is pedophilia in the Hollywood industry, people. I mean, if they are to put a grown man kissing a little girl, a lot of controversies. When they will put a woman to do it to the boy. That's the thing about society, people. When they see a woman kissing a young boy, Like the situation is kind of okay because they consider a boy kissing a woman, he gets respect. But if it's a little girl, she will get shamed, and the gunman will get more shame, you know, and they call him pedophile and all that. When it comes to the woman and the boy, they don't really get all that nonsense.
Is this inappropriate, but it is illegal. This kind of perverted actions are made for our vulnerable children who watch and learn from these shows. Disney has also been accused of shaping the minds of young girls, often sexualizing their female characters in their shows and movies, teaching young females to concentrate on their looks as they depict a standard for beauty at an age where beauty shouldn't matter, pushing young girls to feel like they need to look a certain way to be beautiful. This can be damaging, as Disney often depicts their female characters as slim-figured, pretty-faced dolls. With this being almost impossible body standard, it can leave many young females feeling uncomfortable and unhappy about themselves. It also may seem that Disney writers are trying to implement in the minds of young girls that they need a prince to save them, often showing females as damsel as distress who don't know what to do and need a strong man to assist them. They manipulate females and make their entire existence about sex. There's even children's toys that are purposely overly sexualized, often creating women who dedicate most of their time and their looks just to make sure they look beautiful to a standard created by a TV show writer, sometimes even creating depression and eating disorders for some young girls. This often leads men to associating women as lesser or an inferior species. As they grow up watching and learning from these TV shows can also be damaging in adult relationships as well. As many kids see relationships on TV, they grow up and then often base their own future relationship on these fictional ones. When they aren't magical like the fake ones on TV, they often feel like their relationship is damaged, causing depression and creating unneeded distress. Many of the TV show writers and producers have been accused of inappropriate behavior towards children. Nickelodeon has been receiving backlash due to one particular person named Dan Schneider, who was the creator of some of Nick's biggest shows to date. Dan Schneider, who was the creator of his shows like All That, Drake and Josh.
Yeah, we all know who Dan Schneider is. You can Josh Ikali, blah 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 blah. Yeah, and they said that he was accused of sexual activities with the cast and all that, which is pedophilia. You see, pedophilia exists in the industry. People, they're just trying to hide it from us. They make us believe that pedophilia is terrible, in the world, but behind closed doors, they do it. All that is part of the sick rituals, people. And if they don't abide by what the Masonic people tell them, they will expose them, and they will they will make the world look at them as pedophiles, real sick pedophiles, and then they'll make it okay behind closed doors, but when they expose the people, that's just to humiliate them and all that.
Amanda Show, iCarly, Victorious, and Sam and Cat
Yeah,
was quietly let go back in 2018 as controversy arose. They paid Dan a whopping $7 million for all his contribution. Dan has been accused by many of his young actors of sexual and mental abuse towards them, many coming out and claiming that Dan isn't such a good man. Dan has also been accused of having a perverted foot fetish, with many people pointing out his obsession with showing children playing with their feet on his shows. With him having his actors often doing disgusting, inappropriate things, he even went as far as asking children fans to send pictures of their feet with his name on it. He was also closely associated with another disgusting man in Hollywood, Brian Peck, a former Nick producer who was arrested and only served 16 months for sexually assaulting a Nickelodeon child star. What's really crazy is that Brian still somehow ended up working with children being hired by Disney after doing something as sinister as that. It almost makes you think that the TV show production companies might not have a problem with such dirty, despicable actions. Children TV shows have been accused of inserting hidden messages in their programming to promote tobacco use and depicting sexual gestures in their show. You could easily see that they like to get things in your subconscious. Disney has been caught showing inappropriate things in their movies on multiple occasions, always accusing their staff for the misconduct. It's clear to see that.
Yes, people, Disney has been accused of subliminal messages and sexual imagery, blah 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 blah. We all know that. When you guys have seen videos about that already, so
Have a
listen.
darker motive for our children, destroying young stars. We all know child TV shows have produced child stars who go on to become superstars. What they don't want you to know is for every Selena Gomez they produce, they also produce stars like Orlando Brown, who has been acting out publicly recently. It is clear to see that Orlando is a victim of something dark and is mentally unstable. It is sad to see and almost hard to stomach how he went from being admired on TV to getting caught stealing at a friend's restaurant. Often these child stars come out as adults to speak out about their abuse, most of them feeling like they need to be abused in order to earn more success. We may not know what truly goes on behind the scenes, but when we just get a glimpse, it's never pretty. We must understand that Hollywood is a sick playground for the wicked, and sending our children there can only do two things: either drive them mad and scare them away, or turn them wicked. Many parents go willingly and sacrifice their children for money and success, often turning their backs on their own flesh. I used to admire these child stars growing up, hoping if only I were them, not knowing that many of them wish that they weren't even alive. It is almost like a routine for child stars to go from making shows on TV for the masses to checking into rehab, battling a drug addiction or depression. The TV production companies never speak out about these stars. Instead, they get their friends over at the news agencies to run stories destroying their characters. Hollywood has been known for abusing children, with many beloved stars producers being accused of being predators, such as Harvey Weinstein, Kevin Spacey, and James Toback. You can see that no one in Hollywood should be overlooked. Occultism in children's shows. How would you feel if I told you that as you were watching children's TV shows, you
Gravity
were being
Falls, people. You guys on Gravity Falls? This show has a lot of subliminal and satanic imagery, people. Bill Cipher is the triangle, the triangle by the eye. You know where that come from, people? At the back of the US dollar bill, people. The eye of Horus, people. They try to make this thing so innocent in in kids' eyes, and the parents think it's so like it's nothing. When it's really, really dark, people. Gravity Falls is evil, people.
exposed to witchcraft. I know this might sound far fetched, but before you write me off as crazy, hear me out. Walt Disney, who is the founder and the creator of the Disney brand, was a Freemason.
Yep,
He practiced the teaching of
yep. Disney was a Freemason, people. So his success came out of being a Mason.
Freemasonry, which coincided with many witchcraft practices. When you take this into consideration, you start to notice a theme in a lot of Disney shows. With a lot of their TV shows and movies being based on witches, wizards, magics, and demons, you can start to see a clear pictures of occultism. They don't hold back either. In some movies showing full on sacrifices and rituals, Disney has a thing for occultism and they want to share it with your children. Disney loves to make their characters magical, depicting magic in good situations. This very thing could spark interest in people from young ages to partake in occultism practices. Nickelodeon isn't exempt from this either, as they also love to litter their shows with occultic Freemasonic symbolism, slowly indoctrinating children into accepting occult behaviors. Like I said at the beginning of this episode, we may all have love for children's shows growing up. And as we let our children enjoy their favorite shows, we must be aware of these TV shows' darker motives. We must stay vigilant and monitor what our children are watching. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment on your thoughts and subscribe and hit the bell for more future videos. I will be posting.
You see, people, watch what your kids are watching, people. Not because your kids are watching a good innocent show with magic means it's innocent, people. Magic is bad. It's from the devil, people. And anything from the devil is terrible. You can't mess with these things, people. Go to God. Go to Jesus Christ, people. He's the Lord and Savior. He will save you from these things. Salvation. Alright? The devil just leads you to destruction. The devil is a trickster, people. He will take the most innocent things, people, just to attract you to it. And then when he attracts you to it, it just leads you to your own destruction. Sometimes, like, he will take, okay, let's take, for example, let's take a leaflet, people, like an advertisement. You will see, like, advertisement that says, come to something, come to an island or a hotel or to a city overseas, come and enjoy a nice life, right? And the leaflet will explain to you everything that will be there. Not knowing when you come there, you might reach there, but you wouldn't expect like what I should say, something you wasn't expecting. That's what you got. Something you wasn't expecting. That's what you got, right? Exactly. That's what the devil is, people using those TV shows to brainwash the kids and all that to believe that it's okay to do this and that, and then attract them to become stars like the people. Make Satan using his people, like the kids or whatever, so that the other kids that have nothing, like no career, nothing, to look up to these people, so that they will be attracted to them and they will be like them one day. And then when they end up in Hollywood and all that, yes, they will reach there. They will reach to Hollywood. But something they wasn't expecting, that's what they're going to get in order to reach far in their fame and success. Alright, people? So, you know the vibe. Don't sell your soul, work out for what you want. Start your own business, alright, people? Don't worry about Hollywood and Disney and blah 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 blah. Just do your own business, your own thing, okay? Great.